Very good morning to everyone. As part of learning software design technique using C# programming, our next milestone going to be deleting a record from the table that we have. That means while adding the records, while adding the entity to the application, we are listing those rows or records at the bottom of the app. No, so in the data grid view, we show the each entity that we add, right? As we decided to update the existing records, sometimes we also will delete some of the record that we added before we make the final print. There may be a change. See, initially we tested for valid records, and then we added those records. After adding the records, we went for a update in the records, like changing the rate, quantity, or name. Those stuff we tried yesterday. Moving forward, we are going to completely remove a record from the table, because we may sometime it may happen like mistakenly added. The customer initially told to add, but later he don't want to buy it. So in those sort of scenario can happen in real time right now. In order to handle that, there should be an option for us to delete the record that we added in our database right now. For that, only we are going to explore how to handle that in software today. Right now I have a delete button here. So by writing a event handler, to delete, we can achieve that one. Okay, let me tell you. So in order to delete a record, we have to pick a record first. For that only, we have provided the GUI. That means the output section. When we select any one record, we populate the detail about those records into different fields like item name, rate, quantity, amount, as well as the ID text box that is hidden right now. We are going to use that hidden text box, the content of hidden text box, to identify the record and then to delete right now. So after that, one more thing that we have to see is um, when we delete a record, there will be a change in the total calculation. That means total amount that we have in the table that we have to compute. Also, when we delete a particular record, its ID will be deleted completely. So we have to provide a new serial number to new unique records to existing records. We are going to see how to handle them now. Right now, for that, I just double click the delete button. Upon double clicking the upon no, when we in this delete button event handler, first thing that I want to do is I have to know which record that I have to delete, right? So the every record that we have in the table has a unique ID right now. We have to identify that record and have to delete right now. So for that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to run a loop. So I think we can have that here itself. Int index. The index, that means otherwise the record or ID. There is instead of index, we can say ID. ID is equal to convert to int 32, the content of the hidden text box that we have, which is nothing but this one, right? I think, yeah, text box underscore ID dot text. Just copy that and bring it here, paste it here, and then trim it. So that become ID now. So after that, we can do a for loop here. For I index equal to, sorry, We need a rider as well. So let me have a rider here. Int rider for rider is equal to 0. Rider less than or equal to ID rider plus plus. Right. In that journey, so if sorry, dt of if dt of dot rows of rider and the cell is ID. If that is capital I, the ID is equal to ID that we computed right now. If that is so, we are going to execute that. Dot believe we are making something. Dot in 32. Right. If it is so, we're just going to delete that record. dt dot rows of rider is equal to and say this is instead of like this dt dot rows dot count. Right. So write row dot writer dot delete. So this will delete the record. After doing it, we just have to break. After that, we don't have any job there. So we can come out from that loop, right? That's all. But it's showing the reason. Right. After doing this one, the next step is we have deleted a record from the table. So that will create an impact. So there will be a change in the amount that we have computed. For that, we have a compute amount function, I believe, if I am not wrong. Show errors, list compute total. Right. So that we already have that somewhere. Compute total. We have to recompute the total, right? Right. So I just copy this line and come back here and paste that. But before doing it, let us number. It means we have to, because one ID is deleted. So now we have to renumber, we have to give a new serial number to everything. So if the deleted record is in the very last record, no issues. If it is in between, we have a problem. So there will be a missing serial number. To avoid that, what I am doing, I am just using in another loop. In this loop, we just number rider of ID is equal to, right, that is equivalent to rider plus one, so that we put a serial number again. Right. So let us run it now. Your soap is 44 rupees. It is 6 in quantity. We are adding it. Then we go for a second record. There's milk. 45. 48. So we added. So totally it is 750 by adding these two things. So let me add one more thing, like oil. One, I think 225, it is 5 liters. So now we have 3 records now. Right, in our table. Now I am going to delete. I think I made a mistake. I don't want milk now. So to delete that, I just double click that so that it will be the ID of this one will be copied in the then text box. Now I am hitting a delete button. So it's throw error. Maybe it may have a reason. It says like rider ID. There is no row position. There is no row position at 2, 0, 1. Okay. Because we computed, right? We deleted now. Deleting it. Why it is so? Only 2 only. There is also 2. Okay. Here less than or equal to is not needed. That's all. Now it will work. So 44 rupees, 6 in quantity, and then milk 48 rupees, 8 in quantities, and then oil 225 in per quantity. It is 14. So this is the total. I think 3804 is the total, right? So when I want to delete milk, I select that one and double click that so that I have a detail about what I'm going to delete. And then I hit delete. Now it's gone. So the record is deleted. After we delete the record, I think it is automatically reduced to 3420. That's great. No, that is because I think we are recomputing the total in our the handler. That's why it is doing like that. Right. That's all. So now in today's session, what we have implemented is how to delete the records. We already have records, and when we want to delete it, we select that record and get that ID of the record. And using the ID, we delete the record. After deleting it, to, we also renumber. I think we give the serial numbers again for the remaining records. Right. That's fine. But we have some more issues. But when upon while we are deleting, we are also populating these one now. Populating these things or not, I think we populated it because we need them, we use it for modification. When it comes to delete, the moment you delete that record, you don't, it is not required to keep those details here. We can clear as part of deletion operation, right? After doing the deletion, we can do the task. So for that, right. So we we have to clear these things, right? For that, we can even use a function that can be used for various purpose. So we can say, I think we already have a clear records function, if I'm not wrong. Yes, clear fields. This will help us to make the form ready for next feed. Right. That's all. So let me stop the application now. Save it and run it again. So item name is soap. It is 45 rupees in rate. Quantities of 6. Add that record. Then milk. It is 18. 48 rupees in rate. Quantity is 8. So we add that one too. Then we have oil. The rate is 225. The quantity is 13. We have this is the total 3804. Now we are going to delete milk. So let us delete oil this time. Oil. Oil. I selected the oil and then I just double click that. I delete it. Moment I do that, it's gone. We have only this like 654 is a total remaining records. Upon deleting it, it's also clear the fields. That's all we will right now. Okay, team, I believe for today session, this is enough. So what we have learned is how to delete a record from our list. We have a list of things and we already feed the record, feed those records. Now we want to delete one of them, right? How to achieve that one? Using C#. Also, the best practice that we have to follow while deleting a record in a desktop application that we have discussed today. Okay, thank you for your patience to watch this one. Okay, team, I end today's session with this. Let me catch you with more detail in upcoming session. Thank you.